we do not condone misconduct by our members. Those 600 teachers, if they are really 600 teachers, we as a union also, we shall look at the circumstances, we shall look at the evidence, because sometimes teachers are accused even when the clergymen are concerned. Teachers are accused even when the policemen are the culprits. It has not been proved, therefore we still represent them, and we are going to stand by them until they are proved to be guilty. They are as yet not guilty. And I think that is the normal practice, even our legal system. Is when a child accuses a teacher, then the investigations must be thoroughly done, and that teacher normally is interdicted, and when the commissioners will go down to see whether it is true. When it is found that the teacher really did that, then they are dismissed.
We only get about 10% of the cases. So the majority, the 90% of the cases do not get to the commission. And that being the challenge then, we are not able to dismiss, or the commission is not able to dismiss every teacher that has committed the offense. But it is not, it is a failure of the communities, it is a failure of the parents to report, it is a failure of the victims to complain. But when the cases come up to the commission, there's dismissal if the teachers are proven guilty. The TSC Act does not allow the commission to take teachers to court. The TSC mandate stretches as far as dismissing and removing from the register, the teacher register. But when it comes to taking teachers to court, the parents or the victims are free to take those cases to court. But the commission will do its part in dismissing the teachers. If a child complains, for instance, of sexual abuse, maybe in a court of law, that sexual abuse will, they'll need to adduce evidence beyond reasonable doubt. The commission does not follow the court system. There is, of course, a procedure for investigating and adjudication of those cases, but it is not strictly the court procedure. And therefore, because the mandate of the commission, the TSC Act, Cap 212, allows the commission to use statements from witnesses, general statements from witnesses, then the teacher is dismissed on professional misconduct, which is within the mandate of the commission.
Some of the cases of violence include physical violence, that is physical punishment, that continues within some of our schools, although banned by the government. We also have issues of sexual violence. We have psychological violence. We have also issues to do with infrastructure and the lack of facilities in some of our schools, where in most of the arid and semi-arid areas where Action Aid works, for instance, we notice that there are a number of schools that do not even have the minimum number of classrooms that is required. Also in terms of basic sanitation facility. One of the challenges is there is still low awareness amongst us, amongst the communities, and even within the wider public in terms of the actual issues of violence against children and against girls, that we need to create that awareness for people to be knowledgeable, for instance, of the Sexual Offences Act, of the provisions of the Children's Act, so that we are able to create that enabling environment for children to learn. And other issues include cultural barriers, issues to do with FGM are still very common in some of the areas we are working, like Tana River, in Kongelai, in West Pokot, and even within other arid and semi-arid, and especially amongst the Kushaiti communities. These are practices that continue to prevent children or girls from being able to stay in school and complete their education. A number of boys are sodomized within school. They are also lured into child labor. There are also affected by different types of violence. And what we are doing as Action Aid is we are creating that environment by working with teachers within schools to establish clubs for the boys, rights clubs, so that they're able to recognize that they also have rights as boys, but they're also at the forefront in protecting the rights of the girls as well.